Right, let's make this super fast. So, anyway, today we got a job on. That's right, a bit of a job. So, I'm currently in the process of electrifying my doors. As you can see, we have a window winder, you know, because that's just too much effort. And notice how that's only locking one door. I'll just do it again for one. Anyway, the first thing we have to deal with is this bit of horribleness. We have to get this off, and then of course the window winder, which isn't very hard. The door handle, which is actually stupidly simple, and then this door handle, and then there's a few clips. So first things first, we're going to need a driver of screws, maybe. No, we'll do this part first. Falling backwards, there we go. So I usually use one of these bad boys, the Toledo clip pullers from Super Cheap. Down at almost every Super Cheap that I've ever been to. They are a bit pricey, comparative, but as you can see, that just gets in there, not a problem. Now you could use the actual shove style ones, but that's when you run into the issue of losing the clip, especially if you want to reuse the clip. In our case, we're not going to be using these. Life easier, especially if you have to get it back off again. So that's it for the clip removal tool, other than, you know, the edges. I do have a bigger one floating around. Comes in a 2-pack. They are the best and made in Japan, unlike this particular Suzuki. Use one of these. If you're not really good with one of these, use one of these. But to save some time, we will take these massive wood screws out. Oh, look at that. Here we can see one of those horrible screws. I think you guys can see that. Maybe, just poking through here. Look at that. It's broken out of its captivity. That's okay, that's off, that's gone. Next thing, this stuff. Now, stuff happened. Anyway, that's the door basically stripped down to where we need it. That was a rubber band. That is freaking gross. You can replace this plastic, it is pretty easy. I cut it like that because I don't like getting urethane all over my hands. Now, luckily enough for me, they haven't tried to sound deaden the inside of it. Now, I'll show you what I mean on the other side. See how there's that silver stuff there on the internal, on the frame of the door? Yeah, that's supposed to go inside the door, not on the door. But now we can see what's there. Nothing. So that's awesome. Anyway, as we can see, there is a factory speaker hole here. There is also one in the rear. I'm not even joking. So let's grab a regulator, a converter, and all the rest, and see what we can't do. I did not speak wrong. Not funny now. Can't find my bits. Anyway. So this goes on here, and thing like that goes on there, and then the regulator goes, I've learnt this way, although it should technically be able to mount both ways, doesn't matter, and then thing goes on like that. We can see on the passenger side, this is going to be a freaking breeze, son. Breeze! Let's get on with the rest of this shit. 10 brackets for 2 doors. Oh, as GoPro no wiki no more, we're going to do it a different way. So, first things first, this is the door. As you can see, everything is installed, or everything we kind of need is installed. We have a speaker, we have a regulator, and of course, we're not having to change anything with the lock like we did on the other side. So that saves some time and some wiring. Right now we're not going to be running any wiring or anything because we're probably going to have to extend this anyway. But I've got some wires and some plugs on the way, so we won't worry about that just yet. We need to find a way to mount the actual switch. Of course, I'm going to put it up in this area somewhere for the passenger side and the other 2 doors. Right now, I have a bigger problem where this isn't mounted properly because this hole's too big, and we won't get into why that is. And this is ugly. Now, there is a way to fix this. It's a very simple way. Now, most people would be happy with running naked, but if I get pulled over, which is a high possibility, I mean, look at the van. You guys probably haven't seen the outside of the van. We'll get into that later. It's not so pretty. Just put it that way. Anyway, we need to keep all the sharp edges away from humans. So I'm thinking we need to build some new door cards, because the old door cards will not fit. Well, they will fit, but they're gross. Mainly because of a big hole. I think on some of the previous footage you would have seen a big silver speaker here, and I've just gone to a nice 6.5 inch Pioneer, because classy and better. And whatever the hell those, I'm guessing they were Kenwoods, because that's what's in the dashboard. They weren't good, whatever they were. So we'll get rid of those. We've already got rid of those, so we know we have to make a different size hole for these with our new door card, and then we have to make a provision for this and its cover. So we're going to actually copy the old door card slightly. So what we're going to do is that means we're going to get our hole for this. Perfect. We'll have our holes for this in the right places, and we will have a hole in a general area, but we will change that because we will put this on again by itself. We will just start slow and work our way up to the correct placement. I've got 2 doors to do that for, so I better crack on before some rain hits. If rain hits, I guess I'm going to get an SD card that I really can't be bothered paying for, so that'll be a tomorrow job. I don't think I can do that tomorrow. Wednesday job. Anyway, I got things to go to, basically.